Hello, everyone. I'm Tiff.
I'm Jack, and we are back with the Daily Dose, the later evening Daily Dose.
Yes, and it's winter outside, and we have my little soft blankie on.
Because you always have your blankie, but she had to have her gloss too because she loves her gloss.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're talking a little bit about the DF, the dominant feminine thinking part of the relationship, which would be this beautiful woman here.
And last week we did 5 questions to get to know your DM. So now we're doing 5 questions to get to know your woman/DF, because not all women are DFs, but
no. And it's very, very important because typically the masculine tends to be a little less talkative, or they don't necessarily communicate the things that they're thinking. They're more thinking oriented rather than feeling oriented. Typically the DF loves to share their feelings, loves to talk about what they're experiencing and whatnot. And it's important as the masculine part of the relationship to pay attention and do your fact finding, so to speak, because you're always trying to find and understand ways that you can love them even better. So today, since I answered the 5 questions about the masculine, today Tiff's going to answer the questions.
And I have no idea what they are, so you'll learn some things about me, I guess.
So, okay, the first question is, what kinds of things make you feel cared for?
Oh. That you do?
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, or
blankets.
Anything. What makes you feel cared for?
Blankets and pillows in my bed, and when you do nice things for me.
All right.
Like, do you want to know the things?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
When you take care of the details of, like, our life and business, like, that makes me feel super cared for, because it makes me so I can go shopping.
Well, that is fantastic. Okay, the next one is, what's your fondest memory?
Oh, I have a lot of memories that are amazing.
Well, it doesn't have to be only your fondest, but what's one of your fondest memories?
Probably when Victoria was in the hospital delivering Ember, and you and I were in there with Cody and Chloe, and you were coaching Victoria to have that baby, and it was just amazing because you just helped her get through the whole thing. It was amazing.
Was a profound experience.
Yeah, that was an amazing memory.
Yeah, if you haven't ever been a witness of a birth of a baby, even having babies myself, and then being able to witness the birth of a baby, it is the most it's life altering. It really is. It gives you such a deep sense and understanding of the sanctity of life and how amazing it is that we all get here that way.
Yeah, that was a fond memory.
Yeah.
And another one is when you proposed to me in front of all these people at our big birthday bash. And
I just always wish that would have been more profound. Honestly, I'm glad that you enjoyed that, though.
Yeah, it was totally awesome.
And what?
When we were in Hawaii together.
That was nice.
Yeah, I just have lots of memories. And the DF can talk all the time. Like, they can talk and talk and talk.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, the next one is, what makes you cry happy tears?
Oh.
Not the sad tears. That'd be really sad.
Love. Anything that has to do with love. Anything that has to do with connection with people. And it took me a long time to be able to cry in front of Jack, because I was so protective of my emotions and feelings. Even crying to a really amazing movie made me feel ashamed and embarrassed. And I'm over that now, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's definitely getting...
It's better.
Better, where you...
Yeah.
And I'll always hear you crying if we're watching an awesome movie or something, and she'll say yes. Maybe. It's cute. And then the last question is, what is it specifically that I do for you that makes you feel the most cherished?
Listening to my feelings and asking me how I feel about stuff, because you're in such a thinking place all the time, and I just am such a feeling moved person. I have so many emotions about so many things, and especially being an empath. I'm feeling layers upon layers about things. So when you say to me, how do you feel about that? I feel completely cherished during that.
And really listen. And something else about that I'd like to share that's a really important thing in relationship is to when you're asking someone how they feel, especially the DF, how they feel about something, to listen intently without thinking about what you're going to say. Just be listening to hear what they're saying. Another thing with the DF, when they're sharing their feelings, the hardest time to do that for the DM is if the DF is sharing something that you've done that's hurt their feelings, right? That's when ego gets triggered. That's when that ugly green monster comes up of trying to defend yourself or prove why that's not what you meant or not what was happening. It's not the time to do it. When the DF is sharing their feelings or even their anger, and if you can become the
What do
observer,
you mean their anger?
I know. If you can become the observer during that time instead of trying to defend yourself or defend your point, allow them the space and time to share how whatever it is you said or did made them feel. And if it's a negative thing, really listen and try to understand before seeking to be understood yourself. And another thing that will really assist you, if specifically you're listening to the DF, your DF in your relationship share with you some way that you've hurt their feelings, is to listen. How was I going to put it? Help me out here.
I can't.
Yes, sir.
I was listening.
We talk about things.
Listening.
Oh boy, this train ran away. Let's see.
About sharing feelings and not interrupting.
Interrupting is a really big deal.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's a really big deal. It's a problem.
When the DF is sharing feelings, a lot of times the DM wants to move through things really quickly and like, let's get to the bottom of this and fix it. This is weird.
Yeah.
You know, let's get through this. But interrupting can cause some trauma.
And you'll notice that if you're the DF, whether it's a man or a woman again, but the DF portion in a relationship, if they talk about the same thing over and over and over, it means they simply have not felt heard about that.
Yeah.
So if it's something that continues to come up, try to listen a little bit better, seek to understand a little bit more, and until they feel heard, they will talk about it over and over.
And the DF will remember every single detail of every single thing and bring it to your attention every single time until they feel completely heard. When they feel heard, they won't talk about it anymore. It's really seriously that simple.
Yeah, and you might just be wishing, haven't we already worked through that? I don't want to, haven't we just talked about that? Why are you bringing up the entire past? Until it has been released, it hasn't, and it will be a topic.
Yeah. So the reason we're talking about these 5 questions for the DM and the 5 questions for the DF is because these ongoing conversations are how you build your relationship, and there's always more for you to get to know about your significant other. Don't ever just assume that you know each other perfectly and there's no need for any more conversations. I'm still learning things about Jack every single day. And he's really awesome about listening to my feelings. We're not always perfect with our conversations with each other. I'm a spitfire. See my devil brows?
Oh boy. And I can be super loud, super fast.
And bossy.
Pretty bossy. Pretty bossy.
Yes. So, on that sweet and loving note, we want to give you some really easy questions that will really ignite conversation for both the DM and the DF. And remember, the DM has a lot less words to share about questions.
Well, they typically just are more thinking rather than feeling. So, yeah.
So when you prepare a DMs, when you're asking your DF these questions, give it a good 30 minutes. And don't put it off, because it will mean your DF will feel very cherished if you ask her these 5 questions. And but you're going to have to give her some time, because she'll have more than one thing to share about each question, just because we really love to share our feelings about things.
Hey, Jamie, Sheila. Kathy.
Victoria, I love you. Victoria said hi, Mom and Dad.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
We love you guys. It's just one of those times for you to pay attention to the other half of the equation in your relationship. The DF asks her or him, of course, questions that will spark them to share their feelings.
And what if they're not in a relationship? These are still good questions.
Yeah. Think of that. You'll be able to really ascertain the people that you're around if they tend to be more dominant masculine or dominant feminine. They're either more thinkers if they're the masculine or feelers if they're the feminine. One quick way to understand the difference between the two: a masculine will typically talk about what they think about something. The feminine will typically talk about what they feel about something.
Yeah, for instance, I would say, well, I just really feel like I would like things to be this way. And Jack would be like, well, I think that la 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 la. So
pay attention.
Yeah.
And it really helps whoever you are talking to. It could be your coworkers. Use think or feel corresponding with their energy type and see what happens. You will be surprised.
Mm-hmm. So this is really good information, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. And
Yeah.
you can even, if you go on a date with someone, you can ask these questions. It's like, it's cool. They're not too deep, but it really gets someone sharing, and sharing is important for the DF. And you want to get to know your DM as well. And so our video on that was last week, and you can listen to that, and it'll give you some good ideas.
You can see all of our videos on our YouTube channel,
Yes.
which is Tiff and Jack. Surprise, surprise. And
who is that?
I don't know. And we'll throw a link into the feed or in the notes from today's video. You can take the quiz and find out if you're more dominant masculine thinking or dominant feminine feeling.
It makes a huge difference when you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so just be kind and loving to each other.
Ask questions, listen. Don't be an ass. That's the best way to do it. And don't forget, eat dessert first.
Because life is meant to be devoured.
That's right. We're Tiff and Jack, and we will be back.
Yes, we will. Bye.